Now for the lead story of Gravitas tonight, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has spent 2 days talking to all 10 ASEAN leaders individually and collectively. But some conversations stood out for the sheer force of personalities. Rodrigo Duterte of the Philippines is one such ASEAN head of state. Duterte has variously been described as a maverick and controversial politician. He remains a popular but polarizing figure in the Philippines. His country has seen massive protests, the rise and fall of ISIS in some pockets, and the fear of a military dictatorship returning. Duterte and Prime Minister Narendra Modi last met in November in Manila on the margins of the India, ASEAN and the East Asia summits. In fact, at the time, they signed a defense cooperation agreement, including in the area of offshore patrol vehicles. The Filipino defense minister is expected to visit India soon to further continue with these talks. Modi and Duterte agreed to encourage their private sectors to collaborate as part of India's Act East policy and the Philippines' Build, Build, Build program. Next comes Vietnam's Prime Minister Nguyen Phuc. He's another such leader, one of the senior-most leaders in the ruling Communist Party of Vietnam. The premier looks to strengthen cooperation in defense, including maritime security. India and Vietnam enjoy a comprehensive strategic partnership. India has invested in oil exploration in the South China Sea and has plans to share the BrahMos missile system with Vietnam. Incidentally, the Philippines and Vietnam are two of the 5 ASEAN countries that have a maritime dispute with China. The third ASEAN leader, who attracts considerable attention again by virtue of her personality, is State Councillor Aung San Suu Kyi of Myanmar. She is an alumna of Delhi University, a Nobel laureate, but she has been criticized lately for her reticence on the Rohingya crisis. Since August last year, more than 1 million Rohingya have fled Myanmar's Rakhine province into neighboring Bangladesh, where they still live in makeshift camps in Cox's Bazar. A United Nations official has described it as a textbook example of ethnic cleansing. India, of course, stands with Myanmar and has said that it also looks at security concerns. India is also involved in infrastructure projects, the trilateral highway, which will benefit India's landlocked northeastern states, the Kaladan multimodal transport project, including the development of a port in Myanmar's Rakhine province, another example of the India-Myanmar cooperation that we are seeing develop.